everyone. Welcome to Back to Basics Yoga. I'm Caryn, and I want to thank my little sister Julie for requesting this specific class. I'm going to break down 3 postures that you tend to hear a lot in yoga classes: Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and the challenging balancing posture, Warrior 3. These are all standing poses, but we'll build up to them on the floor and using a chair. So grab a chair to start, and we'll come to seated sideways with the front foot on the ground. And I want you to scoot away from your chair back just enough so you can let the hip flexors stretch on the side that's hanging off the front. And if you can, you're gonna point the toes and get a nice good stretch in the front of the toes and the ankle there. And you can hold on with both hands if necessary, or you can start to reach one arm up. So this is the arm position we assume in traditional Warrior 1, biceps by the ears. And I'll ask you to turn the pinkies in, the thumbs out. So you get a little external rotation in the arm here. And unhunch the shoulders, chin is parallel to the ground, and then we'll switch sides. Nice stretch. Ooh. I needed that. Right. We'll switch sides, scoot away, but hold on. Opposite foot off the back. This front foot is grounded, knee is over the ankle. So this is very similar to our Warrior 1 posture in the front. And at any point, if the balance feels secure, you can try lifting that outside arm. Another option is definitely to hold on with both hands. So just take this at your own pace. Breathe here. And feel how the hip points point forward in the shape. Roll the pinky in, chin up, couple breaths. All right, slowly exit. Then just come to seated, however you're most comfortable, for a couple rounds of breath. I want to make sure that as we take these poses up to standing, we're breathing throughout. You can move your chair aside, but do keep it in reach. And at the back of your mat, glue the left foot down. Step the right foot forward. Toes 12 o'clock in front. And then those left toes will come out a little bit on a diagonal. And it should feel like you're using up your mat space, but not so much that the heels start to unroot or unweight. So get nice and anchored in both of your feet. And just feel if there is a tendency to roll in toward the big toes or vice versa, and try to imprint the mat fully through the feet, toes spread wide, and the hips forward. This nice stretch through the back, right thigh moving more parallel to the ground, but you notice I'm not in a super deep lunge here. So, just challenge yourself without overdoing it, and eventually maybe lift one or both arms. You can guide the palms together if the shoulders allow, or simply guide your hands as wide as you need to keep those shoulders unhunched. And just hold for a couple more breaths. And we'll step forward, feet together, and switch. Keep the left foot rooted, right foot back, and turn the toes out. I'm going to show you a front view on this side. In my anatomy, it's helpful to widen the feet, making room for my hips, but according to your anatomy, you may need a wider or a narrower stance. I want you to think about the left toes forward, knee above or behind the ankle, shoulders over the hips, a vertical-ish posture. Of course, we're keeping the natural curves in the back, but we're not exaggerating those. So the belly's pulled in, get a nice stretch through the back thigh, right toes out like 1 or 2 o'clock, and maybe you lift the arms. Breathe here. A lot of core work to sustain this posture. And I'm noticing my weight is dropping in toward that right big toe, so I'm going to try to firm out a little more through the back foot, especially the pinky edge. And we'll step forward. Okay, and if you need to, just circle out the feet. You can shake that off as well. And we're going to come onto the ground next. So get really low to the ground. Step 1 foot forward, and we'll start with a grounded Warrior 2. The back shin and knee on the floor, in line with the right heel. And we'll tee the arms. Now the arms reaching away from the body. Hug the biceps and triceps in. Notice my wrists are about shoulder level, and I'm not letting one arm dip. Okay, and then here it's a little easier to get the knee above the ankle than in that warrior one. So you're just gonna move in that direction, but be mindful that the torso is not hinging forward. That's a different posture. Okay, so this is our grounded warrior two, and you can definitely try that on both sides. All right, belly in. And think of that right hip, or whichever hip is in back. Think of that back hip moving away from the front knee. The front knee is over middle toe, and the arms extend out. The traditional gaze is past the front middle finger, but it doesn't necessarily work for everybody. So try whatever is comfortable for your neck. Maybe you're a little bit to the side, and that's fine too. Okay, and then we're gonna release and rest. Whew. So should be challenging because a lot of muscles are engaging to hold the shape, and when we stand up, even more so. Stand up on your mat, take a big step, 1 foot forward, turn the toes 12 o'clock. Press down through the outside of your back foot and begin to tee the arms. You can feel how it is to lift too high or too low. Find center. A little easier when you have a mirror or a screen to look into. All right, and then option to track the gaze forward, fingers spread, belly pulls in. And that back hip moving away from the front knee. And then we'll release and switch. It's kind of fun. Woo. And the right knee above or behind your ankle, toes spread nice and wide. And the chest, you'll find, is facing away from the legs. So right in between the legs, which is different than our warrior one, where the chest was moving toward the front shin in that same direction as the leading leg. Level arms, shoulder blades down the back. Set your gaze, find focus. Couple breaths. And then release. Now let's take a little forward fold here. So just down the middle, let it go. Ooh. Bend and straighten the legs a couple times, sway the head. And we'll heel toe the feet in together. Bend knees, touch chin, roll up bone by bone, and locate that chair for me. We're gonna bring the chair to the back of the mat. All right, we're gonna do a little hamstring strengthening for our warrior three prep. We'll actually do 2 preparatory. So for this first exercise, we're gonna work on building strength in the legs and hips for our warrior three. And we'll bring the hands down. If you need a block under the hands, feel free to grab one. I'm gonna bring my hands to the floor and lift 1 foot up on the chair. Okay, there's a little bend in my front knee, and the knee is below the hip. And from here, I'm gonna practice lifting my hands up to my heart and moving the spine more in line with the back leg, and then I'll just lower. And I might repeat that a couple more times. Then release and switch sides. Oh, I really feel that seat. That seat is working. All right, hands to your block or mat. 1 foot on your chair. Exhale, pull the belly in, lift the torso. And then come back down. And do it again. A little shaking's okay. And then release the feet. And come back to your forward bend. Just cool off here, open mouth, exhale, tuck the chin, bend the knees and roll up. And then we're gonna turn the chair around so we can rest the forearms on the chair back, just like so. Step back until the arms are straight. A little bend in the knees, spine is long, really nice stretch. And we're gonna practice lifting one leg behind and then lowering. Okay, and just lift and lower. Feel how the core enables this action. And when you tire of that, maybe try one more each side. Keep the spine long and the gaze low. All right, and now we'll put that together and try our warrior three, unassisted. So from a standing position, hands to the heart. Let's start to lean the torso forward, lift the back leg. And then reach one and both arms forward. Imagine your arms resting on the chair, back heel lifting, inner thighs hug, squeeze the seat, and then release up to standing. And you can switch sides. So back pinky toe will point downward. So engage the inner thigh more. And back up. So I'm aiming to bring the arms in line with the ears, the heel in line with the hip in terms of height. And then might like a little back bend there. Just open up the front line. And release. Come down to seated. And we'll rest here in a seated meditation to close our practice. Just allow the heart rate to come down, body to cool, a couple open mouth exhales. And breathe in vitality, breathe in acceptance. Breathe in hope that our practice may continue to flourish, to grow, to serve us and everyone we encounter. Let's join the palms, heart center, and exhale. Breathe in to your strong, courageous warrior spirit. And exhale completely. Go of anything that blocks you from feeling that true inner strength. Inhale together. And let's send power, strength out to all who need it. Inhale, thumbs to third eye center. Exhale, bow forward. Close our practice. Namaste. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. That was our Back to Basics class. Look forward to doing more of these breakdowns with you in the future, and I'll see you next time.